Evansville City Fire, and he got on in the 70s. And growing up, I grew up with all the guys going to the station. I got in a public safety class, and kind of going into it, I had an idea about being in law enforcement. The first semester was fire. My teacher was on German Township Fire Department, and he told me to go out and get in the next recruit class, and I did, and I've been on here ever since, loving it. Me being around my grandpa my whole life and stuff, and being around the firehouse, that's the bigger part of it, why I wanted to do it. Whenever I first came on the department, there was so much hospitality that, I mean, that's a big factor that made me want to stay with it. You think you want to be something, and then turns, like people, whenever they get in college, they want to do this, and end up out after the 4 years, they end up a completely different field. But I've been wanting to do this forever, and it's actually came true. There's nothing else that I'd rather be doing than this right here.
We've been married for a year. I've been on the department for almost a year, 10 months. He's been in it since he was 14.
A little over 8 years.
He just talked me into
fire
it.
service now. And then she started to talk about wanting to become an EMT and talked her into joining the fire department. Pretty well recruited her, I guess. There you go. I mean, it's nice that we have something that we can do together, I guess kind of like a hobby. Am I right or wrong? Or not talk to me, that's cool. You know, they tell us we can't really talk about what we see and what we do while we're on scene, but you know, we're there together. So when we come home, and if it's been something bad that's just eating at us, that we can talk to each other about it. And a lot of firemen aren't that lucky. They don't get to go home and I guess debrief with their spouse. And if they do, I mean, a lot of them don't understand what it's actually like. You know, they might just be like, oh, whatever, quit crying about it, get over it. And it's not that simple.
We both have our perks of what we're good at and what we're not.
Some things that she thinks I'm a complete idiot for doing, but with her still being her first year on, that whenever we do go do something, I kind of keep an eye on her, kind of help her out, teach her my ways, or the smart ways.
I don't know, because I was against it when he talked about it. I thought it was just fighting fires and stuff, but there's stuff that I actually like to do. The medical side, I feel like I can help more with that area.
I mean, it's a very rewarding job. And, me and her are complete opposites. I'd rather have the fire nipping out my butt and feeling the heat all day, every day, and she'd rather sit outside and
pass you a water.
Take vitals and help victims.
The medical side's my safety zone.
I put them out and she patches them up.
We both see the same things, but it hits us differently.
You never really get used to it. You just learn how to cope with it.
You become numb to some things.
I've always been told that if it gets to the point that it doesn't bother you anymore, it's time to hang it up. It is a lot different than before she started. We get called out to a bad house fire or something, and it's a fatality, and I come home and she just, then didn't really understand.
I think it was not
now that
knowing
she's got
what
a different
you actually
perspective.
saw versus now makes a big difference.
The things that we have to do, I mean, some of them are just unthinkable, but somebody's got to do it. Take us off. Come on. She's probably gonna hate me for this. Whenever we first got together, she had a lot of quit in her, for sure. She'd always say she wanted to do something, and if she'd failed the first time, she just gave up on it. And I kind of helped her keep going, keep trying, and she's doing a lot better now. I think we definitely make a pretty good team. Your turn.
You're
It definitely makes us stronger, for sure. Sometimes I'm glad it's just me there instead of both of us, because then I'm worrying about everybody else, plus what she's doing, where she's at, is she okay? I think that's probably one of my worst fears, having my wife on scene and watching me burn to death in the house. And there's nothing anybody can do.
I've always felt, not knowing, if he went in, not knowing if he's gonna come out or not. That's always, since day one, has been my biggest fear.
She has this bet that she's going to be a better firefighter than me, so she's got this drive now that she wants to make me look bad. Come on, let's go. Come on. So I have to try twice as hard to make sure that she doesn't make me look bad. Remember, you're supposed to make me look bad. Come on.
I never said I would on this.
I'm pretty sure you did.
It's one of those, if you quit running, I'm going to beat you to the finish line.
It's nice to know that I have somebody there behind me, that I already have my partner with me, and I'm there to back her up if she needs my help. She always reminds me, I just want you to know that one day I'm going to be a better firefighter than you, and that's not going to happen. Is that going to happen?
It will. One day.